Students, I have an urgent message from the Resistance. They need you to find the missing angle. Here's what we've gathered from intelligence so far. We have a 20-degree angle, a 70-degree angle, and a 30-degree angle. We have to figure out the missing angle to find the trajectory of the Death Star and to stop the dark side. It's up to you, young Jedi. You must do this for the sake of the galaxy. May the Force be with you.
Okay guys, so your mission today was to figure out what that missing angle was so that you can stop the dark side from taking over. So let's start with understanding what is a missing angle and how in the world are we supposed to figure that out. So we learned, I won't say last week, but a couple weeks ago about angles, and we know that there are acute angles, which are less than 90 degrees, and there are obtuse angles, which are greater than 90 degrees, and then there are those right angles, which equal 90 degrees. And we also talked about a circle equaling 360 degrees. And then that leads us to a line, which we talked about when you have a line or a half of a circle, right? It equals 180 degrees. Excuse my writing, this is like new to me. Okay, so if a line equals, put little arrows here, 180 degrees on its own, we were given some info from our captain or our resistance leader about the angles that they heard about from some spies, I guess. Alright, since I know that a line is 180 degrees, I should be able to figure out, using the angles that we were given, what the missing angle is. So the first angle we were given was 20 degrees. And the next angle was 70 degrees. And if you look, 70 plus 20 is 90. So we know that that is at least half of our line. And the last angle we were given was 30 degrees. So I'll put that over here. That's a 30. You know what I tell you guys about judging my drawings. Alright, so 30 degrees. So we're trying to figure out this angle here. We'll call it R for the resistance. Alright, so we know this is what it looks like when we put it out as angles. How do we solve the problem? We know 180 degrees equals all of the degrees that we have here. All of these added together, bing, 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 equals 180. So to set it up as a problem, we're going to put those equal to 180. And since it's this one, and this one, and this one, and this one, we are going to use addition. So it'll look like this. 180 equals 30 plus 70 plus 20 plus R. I would suggest putting all the numbers together and then writing my R, just because it's easier to look at them all grouped together. How do we figure this out? We want to figure out what this R is, so we have to get him equal to 180 all by himself. The first thing you need to do is to take all of your numbers that are, all your numbers that are there, and just add them together. So we're going to take these numbers and we're going to add them. We'll do it over here on the side. Do it now like a light green. Here we go. So it's going to look like this. 30, 70, 20. We're going to add them together. I know many of you can do it in your head, but we like to write it out just to be careful. Don't want to make silly mistakes. Alright, 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0. 3 plus 7 is 10. Plus 2 is 12. So that makes 120 degrees. Now we know that 180 equals 120 plus r. Now we have to get rid of our 120, so r can be all by himself. So we want to get rid of this guy. Since we're adding, we know we have to subtract. So we're going to do 120, subtract 120 from this side, and of course that equals 0, and then subtract 120 from 180, well, yeah, 0 minus 0 is 0, 8 minus 2 is 6, and of course 1 minus 1 is 0. So what does that leave us with? Well, that leaves us with, erase all this, erase that, don't need that anymore. That will leave us with a, what did we do? We did 180 minus 120, which gave us 60. So that means 60 equals R. So, check yourself. You can draw your guy again, draw your angles. There's your line. You know that equals 180. So our first angle we had was 20. And then we had 70, and that made 90 on this side. We know that a 90-degree angle is half of a line. So on this side, it should also equal 90. So we had a 30-degree angle, and then our R, which was a 60-degree angle. And 30 plus 60 equals 90. So we know that that is 180 degrees, because 90 and 90 is 180. You can also just add all your numbers up. 30, 60, 70, and 20. And that should also equal 180. You got zeros there. 6 and 3 is 9. Plus 7 is 16. Plus 2 is 18, which would give me 180 degrees. So my answers check out. Awesome.
Students, I hope you were able to find the trajectory of the Death Star. The Empire moves ever closer. Please, if you know the answer, write it in the comments below so that it can be taken to the Resistance fighters. We need you. We need you to save the galaxy. May the Force be with you.